Hey, I wanted to mention one thing though. I think that, because I know you have a lot of business owners listening. One of the things we've been really, even with all the business training, and I've been doing now, like pulled onto a state platform. So there's a lot of all kinds of different level sophistication. Family day home providers, smaller childcare centers aren't known to be super, I don't even know how to say it in a nice way, but not good with technology and spreadsheets and automation. But what we've been encouraging is financial forecasting using some type of spreadsheet tool or software that every single business owner right now needs to up their game, get the help, use the SBDCs, whatever you got to do to forecast out the rest of the year, recognizing that things aren't going to go back to normal. It's not going to be June 10th and here's all my customers ready to buy my service. I don't think that that's reality. And the more proactive business owners can be right now, they're going to understand where their financial gaps are and what they got to do to fill those gaps, whether it's reduce expenses or take on, dig for the grants, apply. Like talk about a run on the bank right now. You got to be ready if you know what your need is to, when you see an opportunity, apply away.
Where's that spreadsheet? Where can people find that?
We developed one for early childhood providers on our website. It's a simple one, and we have an even simpler one. And I'm actually using it for my business. But there's cash flow spreadsheets out there. We have one specifically for early childhood providers on our website, earlyeducationbusiness.com.
Got it. Another thing that's interesting around the same lines of that is when a date does happen, and this is what I think you were alluding to, but people haven't looked at it and thought of it in this kind of way. It's absolutely a bell curve, right? It's absolutely there's going to be people who so a bell curve is typically 4 quadrants, right? You got your early adopters that are like ready to jump on board right now. And then you have like the Taylor Swift haters of the world that are on the 4th side of it that don't want to do anything. And then in between, there is the people that could be convinced, yes. And then there's over the hump. And then there's it can be a difficult disaster depending on what quadrant you go after. What's really interesting though is when doors do open, I think a lot of people are expecting the flock of individuals to just overwhelm them, when in many cases, I believe it's going to be a slow ramp up. And for the first time ever, you're going to see, I think, if you can follow my pen as I'm doing this, a very, very slow piece to get back on there. And so what's interesting though is you're going to have individuals who, hold on one second, you're going to have individuals that are going to jump on board and that aren't. And so you got to start marketing, continuing to bring that throughout, because apparently in the city where all this nonsense started in China, everything's open and no one's going out of their house.
Yeah. I mean, the Great Depression, childcare took 18 months to 3 years to recover the industry. I think too, like if you just look at consumer trends are going to change, just the way that we do things.
Right.
And I think about childcare, I'm going, wow, this is going to be really interesting. All these parents have been working from home, and perhaps they're going to say, I think I can make this work working from home and not paying for childcare. What we're encouraging, and I think what you're going to see is a lot of innovation and people recognizing, I think the survivors are going to be the ones that recognize they can't do things the way they used to do it. And so for childcare, that might mean doing a different business model.